Thursday. How's it going, family? Lunch and News with DotSale. Let's get into it. Yeah. We got another one. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be crazy. Seeing some women on women crime going on civilly. It's all civil. It's a light day. Thursday's my favorite day of the week. I didn't want to go dark, so we're gonna go light on this one. We're gonna go light. We're gonna watch some cat fighting. Two women get into it over a guy. One ultimately gets sued for $1.5 million. But first, before we get to that, let me get y'all fed real quick. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is crazy, y'all. This is absolutely insane. All right, let's get y'all fed first, though. We got street tacos on the menu today. Street tacos. Let's see. Let's pull this up right here. All right, we got street tacos right here.
Aquafaba, so I have a lot of chickpeas, so I decided to add that into our mix.
Chickpeas in there.
To start off this recipe, I need to peel potatoes and then chop them into smaller pieces.
We're gonna go ahead and get through this really quick.
A bit of peppers.
You can see all the ingredients we got here.
And some roasted chickpeas.
Looks like it's on pita bread.
These are pickled onions. Some grated.
Shout out to this woman, by the way. Bake Eat Review has 596 subscribers. Really like her channel. We're going vegan this week, plant-based.
Cucumber, coriander, and pepper. I've mixed all the spices.
She's really good with spices too.
Dinner, so this is what we're having tonight.
And that's what we're having. We are having basically street tacos. So y'all go ahead and help yourself to as many as you would like. We got plenty over there rolled up. And look, I think it's a great meal for a Thursday. It's pretty healthy for the most part and very flavorful. Got plenty of different ingredients in there, very colorful. So I like it. I like it a lot. And I hope y'all do too. I really hope y'all do too. All right. Let's go ahead and hop into the show. Has anybody been in a toxic relationship before? Has anybody ever, I would guess if you're over the age of like, I don't even know, maybe like, I'm being conservative and I'm just going to say like 21 years old. Let's go 25. You're over the age of 25. You've probably been in a relationship and broken up from a relationship. Although we're seeing a lot of weird numbers going on right now with relationships in general. Let me go off black and white mode. And we are seeing some crazy things happening with the outcome of these relationships. And I wanted to keep it light today. I didn't want to get into anything crazy. We could go into how some of these relationships end in things other than lawsuit, where people end up actually, or
flawless victory.
It ends in a fatality. But this one, it ended in, I guess you could call it a fatality as far as the amount to be paid, which, is unprecedented. Actually, no, it has been done before, but it's very, very rare that you see an outcome like this, especially against a woman, where the man somehow seems to really dodge accountability for the most part within this situation. This is basically just like a cat fight. And the man, he's the one that actually comes out unscathed from this. He gets both women at different times, probably at one point together. He has no financial hardship through it, although he might actually be on child support because they do got 2 kids. You know what? He might not have came out totally unscathed, but he does not come out anywhere near as bad as the mistress in this situation. Let's go ahead and do it like this. Let's look at these two together on this woman's Instagram page just to get an idea of who these two are, and then we'll get into some of the news coverage. Let's look at them right here. These are the two people that are together after the wife. This is after the wife was basically, this is her story. She got cheated on, and this woman right here took her husband. So you'll see these two together, and we'll watch it. She is a very successful TikToker and YouTuber, this woman. Very successful TikToker and YouTuber with a lot of followers. And this is the guy in question right here.
Alrighty, y'all. So we are still in the car. First of all, this is
recent.
About freaking
They're still showing off and showcasing their relationship.
Even though it hasn't been traffic today.
And she'll say some interesting things. Let's listen to her.
Calling out because I guess Halloween or maybe it's because of the time baby has to go to work.
I'll stop at the relevant points.
I mean, Fridays ain't really too crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, Fridays aren't too crazy. I don't know because I haven't worked a 9 to 5 and I don't know how long.
So we want to stop it right there. And because it's on IG, I can't rewind it. So I'll have to stop at different points. But she just said, this woman, this is as one day ago. This is her with the guy that basically she took from the wife that ended up suing her. And we'll get to those news stories in a second. But she just said, I've never worked a 9 to 5 before. She gets all of her money through social media in many different ways. Instagram will pay her. TikTok will pay her. She might even have a YouTube page and different avenues like that. But basically her main source of income is TikTok, and she has monetized the relationship between the man that she allegedly stole from this guy. Actually, the civil lawsuit says that's exactly what happened because a jury sided with the woman that was left with 2 kids and no man. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit more of these two.
Not trying to look. Don't think that I'm not being humble. I am. I'm just saying it, Jim.
Don't shoot.
I don't mean it like that.
Nah, I ain't taking offense to that.
Okay, but yeah, so we'll see y'all when we get to his job. Alrighty, guys. So we made it to where we are at baby's job. We picked up Chick-fil-A. I want to show you if you can see it in the back. We picked up Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I'm gonna get to working while I'm actually here. And yeah. Alrighty, y'all, so I'm here.
A lot of people joked. You can see some of the comments on the right. I'll scroll through them. They said this woman was eating through the whole video. We're not going to watch nearly as much as this video will show, but we'll watch a little bit more and then we'll go to the news story. She's over here getting trolled about losing the lawsuit. A lifetime payment is crazy.
Chicken burrito.
How are you not embarrassed? She still has this video up. We're watching it still live on her page.
And also some honey packs.
She's getting trolled in the comments.
I love honey. Baby got him these hash brown bowls. One has no meat. One has meat in it. So he likes to mix it because he likes extra protein. So yeah.
This person right here says, your man helping you pay that $1.57 million. She's getting cooked in the comments. They say OnlyFans coming. See if she can work off that one. Well, hey, all the guys, the girls got to stay out of this one. The girls got to stay out of this one. Guys, are y'all paying for her OnlyFans? If she started up an OnlyFans right now to pay off her lawsuit of 1.75, got to add the $75 million. Are y'all going to go ahead and subscribe and help her get that debt paid off? Where'd my sound go? Oh, there it is. Girl, pay that girl that 1.5. Thanks. Let's see. I heard it was a few ways to avoid paying the ex-wife. She can just get everything. She can't get anything in her name, no real asset, no bank accounts. She's got to find someone to do it. I hope her man, she did all this for her, helps. Well, she definitely can't put it in his name because he left the old woman with 2 children, so she'll definitely be seeking child support on top of this lawsuit, possibly alimony, spousal support, and many other different things. Both of these two are cooked from a financial aspect. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to get a swinger relationship. They're gonna have to bring in a third person to engage in their sexual acts, so that third person can therefore take on all of the estate from both of them, because anytime they get anything that the government can snatch from them is going to go directly to this woman. She's going to be eating a lot less moving forward. We know that. See a couple more comments.
It is currently 2:51. We're about to go get some bloom. My head's kind of hurting. We didn't sleep long last night, but that's what we're gonna do. Probably go to TJ Maxx. I know I told you I was not going to TJ Maxx.
You ain't shopping at TJ Maxx no more. You're gonna be shopping at the thrift store. All right, let's go ahead and break this down real quick. I just want to talk about a few things regarding this, and then we're gonna go into the news story and we'll let them talk about it. But the news doesn't explain it how I'm gonna explain it in detail for y'all to understand a little bit better. So this is what's going on with the case. All right, the plaintiff is Akira Montage. I might be saying her last name wrong. The news will correct me on the pronunciation of her name. She's a woman from Durham, North Carolina, okay? And we can actually, let's go ahead and go here real quick, and I'll just show you what she looks like before we play the news story. Because these women actually look pretty similar to each other. So let me go there real quick. Okay, this is the woman that got cheated on. This is the woman that got awarded the $1.57 million. The woman that we see right here is the woman that has to pay the $1.57 million that she took her husband, okay? So we're gonna play this news story in a second, but I just wanna give y'all the background so it makes more sense. Okay, the defendant is Brene Kennard, all right? That's the guy that we'll see. Let me see if we can actually get a visual of him real quick on her page. Let's see if she shows him off clearly. All right, maybe they got him right here. All right, we got to get a better look at him. Snapchat Brene. Anyways, this is the guy. I think they show him in the news story. So we'll get a look at him in a second. But anyway, so this guy, he's also a social media influencer, and somehow he didn't really get sued in this way, but she's probably going after him for different things like spousal support and child support and stuff. Okay, so Akira, this woman right here, filed the lawsuit in May of 2024. And the cause of action, right? So Akira alleged that Kennard had an affair with Akira's then husband, right, Tim, and they have the same last name, and then therefore inflicted damage on the marriage and the family, including emotional injury and harm to children, right? So she was able to get some ambulance chasing lawyers, and she got a whole legal team that was like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get paid off this. So that $1.7 million she got awarded, you can cut that almost in half immediately. Half of that's gonna be lawyer's fee because they definitely took this case pro bono. But regardless of the fact, she's gonna come out sitting pretty after she begins to get paid. If she gets paid, there's still that. All right. But anyways, the lawsuit was $1.57 million in damages, $1.5 million for alienation of affection. All right, now I just want to explain to you alienation of affection, and then we'll go into the news story. All right. So let me get it real quick. Okay, alienation of affection. All right, this is her main point that she had as far as getting the verdict in her favor. It's where a spouse claims that a third party interfered with the marriage and caused the loss of affection or the loss of affection in the marital relationship, right? North Carolina is only one of 6 states that allows this cause of action. So basically, the alienation of affection is saying that this woman came in and seen her husband and began doing things that would entice her husband to want to be with her and separate himself from his, at that time, marriage, and also children that these two produce right here, this woman. So let's go ahead and play this news story, and this will give us a better idea. Actually, you know what? I want to play this one. This one's a little bit longer. Let's play this one. This is a 3-minute video. I think this has a little more detail. And then, okay, yeah, we got it right there. So this is the guy right here. This is the guy that this woman right here stole from this woman. And this is those two again together when they were happily married. You see her ring right there. So this is in better times when they're happily married. All right, let's let the story play, and then we'll get back to it. It's about 3 minutes long. We'll let the whole thing go through.
You feud gone viral.
And it was nothing but lies.
North Carolina TikToker Brene Kennard ordered to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable for having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague, characterized under North Carolina law as criminal conversation and alienation of affection.
Okay, so we got that definition of alienation of affection.
Akira suing Kennard for her deliberate interference in the marriage, including wrongful and malicious acts.
What's up, y'all?
Saying in a court filing, Kennard engaged in behavior designed to seduce him, like wearing very short skirts and twirling her hair in a flirtatious manner.
Wow, that's crazy, bruh. That is crazy.
The plaintiff's attorneys presented evidence, including sexual videos and texts, a video of Kennard dancing in the couple's home, and another video of her saying she cannot wait to be Mrs. Montague. They argued the TikToker, who had millions of followers, flaunted their relationship on social media.
Hi, guys.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
Akira Montague saying as a result of Kennard's actions, she has suffered humiliation, mental and emotional anguish, and injury to her health, adding their actions deprived their 2 young children of a 2-parent household.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
But Kennard argues she had Montague's consent.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
Kennard now calling herself...
Do y'all believe that, though? This is my question. Do y'all believe that she gave her consent for this woman to take her then husband, or, you know, they're saying that they were possibly on the way out. There's a lot of conflicting stories. Yeah, Lola, it's absolutely wild as hell. Like, I mean, this story is this hasn't happened very often. These type of cases don't usually reward the plaintiff. So, yeah, this is absolutely crazy, 100%.
Herself, Mrs. Montague, saying the couple are married, though NBC News couldn't find any legal documentation supporting that claim. She tells NBC News in a statement, the verdict wasn't fair at all. I fought the lies for 8 days and the jury sought sympathy, not facts, adding it's not over until God says it's over. Tim Montague adding about the TikToker, my wife had no fair shot, especially when defending herself against an entire team of attorneys. As for that $1.75 million payday,
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
All right, Maggie joins us now. Maggie, sorry, we were sort of glued to the monitors there. This one's a strange one.
Fair.
Let's back up. You mentioned this is a North Carolina law, but there are other states where people can sue over infidelity?
Yeah, Tom, that's actually true. And for people sitting at home thinking, hold on, you can be sued for having an affair, the answer is yes, indeed. This is a thing. In fact, in a handful of states, including Utah, New Mexico, and Mississippi. And North Carolina, for its part, has actually seen multiple cases, including back in 2021. There was one involving a state senator that was settled out of court. And then back in 2011, a kind of infamous payday, there was one of these cases where a woman was ordered to pay $30 million for wrecking a marriage.
30 million. Wow.
30
okay.
million.
Maggie Vespa, we thank you for bringing us that story. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay...
So what do y'all think about all of this? Like, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. You know, I think the timelines have a lot to do with it. It'd be actually really interesting. Not all of the legal documentation that came along with this court case is out at this point. We know what the verdict was, but we don't know everything that was said within the trial and everything like that. And this woman didn't want to settle either. I'm pretty sure they offered her a settlement because this is a hard one to win. Like, so, you know, the husband said the woman had a team of lawyers, which, I mean, they're going to make a lot of money off this. I wouldn't be surprised if she only comes out of the 1.57 million. She might be getting like 30% of that, honestly. She might be getting somewhere in the neighborhood of like 350, 400,000 in total from this actual lawsuit that she won because, you know, but my thing is this, right? If you cheat on someone, then I think it elicits some sort of, you know, consequence, right? 1.57 or 1.75, I don't know if it elicits that much, but the act of cheating is deception, right? Now, if what they said is true, that the relationship was over, then, you know, it's not going to be the same. But also, they were saying, when they first started their relationship, he was actually still living with the then wife. But he said that basically, and you know, the couple that got sued, they said that they were basically just roommates. Like, they were living together, separated, which I think is a dumb thing to do if you're going to be in another relationship. Imagine being in a relationship with someone else. You got out of a relationship with somebody that you're with, but you still go home to that person every night, and that person, I mean, that honestly, she might have just took him out all the way and just said, skip the money. But she said, you know what, I'm going to be a little more strategic, and I'm going to take this fool for everything he's got. All right, let's check out one more news story.
God, loyalty, marriage. Hi guys, let's cook some spaghetti.
This morning, a jury has ordered a TikTok influencer accused of breaking up a marriage to pay nearly $2 million to the jilted spouse.
I was raised to respect the marriage. I was raised to respect God. Loyalty, marriage, the White House with the picket fence and the dog and the kid, that's me.
Akira Montague sued Brene Kennard, a TikToker with millions of followers, under an unusual state law in North Carolina. Montague claiming that Kennard had an affair with her husband, and as a result, Montague claimed what's known as alienation of affection. Her attorney speaking to our station WTVD.
I think it shows the world that you should think twice before you interfere with a marriage.
That's the attorney right there. How you say her name? Robonetta Jones. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. If I need some legal defense, I'm gonna have to contact Robonetta. We're gonna have to figure out her information. If I ever got a case that I need to, I mean, her price went up though. I might not be able to afford her now. I probably could have afforded her like last year, but now I don't know if I can afford her. She looking like, y'all watch the show All Is Fair starring Kim Kardashian? I happen to like the show. I need to watch the 4th episode, actually. The 4th episode came out earlier this week. I watched the first 3 episodes of All Is Fair starring Kim Kardashian, and she is basically a divorce attorney, and she gets really big paydays for her clients, and they need to have her on the show. She need to go ahead and be on season 2 effective immediately. We're going to need to get, I'm calling for it right now. Me, DotSale, right now, live. I'm saying go ahead and get Robonetta. I'm probably saying her name wrong. I think that's right. That's how it's, look, I was hooked on phonics, so I had to go, I just got to sound it out. Robonetta. I could say Jones, though. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get her on All's Fair and have her as a divorce attorney. She's going to bring some authenticity to the show because she was able to secure the bag. Shout out to her. All right.
You should think about those children and that spouse.
The law says plaintiffs in cases like this must prove they're in a loving marriage. The third party must have knowledge of the marriage, and the marriage must have continued during the affair.
Okay, so these are some of the bullet points that have to be established to win this case. They had a loving relationship. That is really hard to prove. I mean, people can be in love one day and not in love the next day. One day you're happy and the next day you're not happy. So that one's tough. Like, how the hell do you prove that? How do you prove you actually love somebody? It's not something that's tangible. So that's tough. Let's see. Knowledge of the marriage. Okay, that's probably going to be easy to understand, especially with the online presence of both people involved. The wife, for all we know, was not a social media influence. She doesn't have a big social media presence. So, but the guy, he was actually already somewhat of an influencer at the time. So that's probably going to be easier to understand, because when you're an influencer, it's easier for people to start to dig into your life and see what's going on with you. So that is going to be easy. And then this one's going to be kind of tough. But I'm probably going to say that this is true, must have continued during the affair. So basically their marriage or their affection towards one another, or them being together, happened during the affair. Most relationships happen like that. It's a term that's called monkey branching. Most people don't leave one relationship until they have another relationship. So you're holding on to one branch and you don't let go of that branch until you secure the other branch, right? So now that you got the other branch secured, he's got the new woman secured with the triple X with the triple X tits. Now he can release the wife, and he's got a firm grip on the other one. So, but at one point you're holding on to both at the same time. So this guy, I'm probably gonna say, and there's probably a lot of evidence that prove this. Text messages, him still saying he loves his wife but simultaneously being with the other woman. The hell's going on outside? Actually would probably be easily proven, because people just keep all their evidence, all their text messages, all their voice memos, all their pictures and all that. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be easy to understand. And yeah, so that's probably part of it. And then yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That part of it, I do believe that he did. I do believe he was messing with both of them at the same time for at least a period of time. And the simple fact of that is that they still live together. Bro should have moved out immediately and got up out of there if he knew that he was going to be with this other woman. But he wanted to be with both at the same time to make sure he secured the new bag before he got rid of the old bag. And ultimately, it cost him a lot of money. The last part about this is that these two are not going to stay together. So basically the woman, because this guy's going to leave her too. He cooked his wife, left her and the two kids. Remember, the wife has two kids with this guy. So he don't even have kids with the new woman. She's going to be massively in debt, under stress, irritated, upset. She ain't going to be able to get all her food. You know, this woman loves to eat, all right? Where's she at? Her loves to eat. And when that food starts to dry up,
we'll see what we can get into.
And she ain't able to go ahead and, damn, look at those paws. She don't got hands, she got paws. Like, honestly, those hands are like, anyways. Yeah, when that food starts to dry up and then they starting to cut back on EBT. So she's effectively like, probably like, she might have a little bag stashed away. Let's say she got 200,000 stashed away. She's probably like 1.5 million in debt right now after she liquidates. So, I mean, in all honesty, that food gonna dry up. She ain't gonna be able to get EBT, and she's gonna be pretty upset, and her husband is not gonna deal with that. So he's gonna end up leaving her, and she gonna end up holding the bag without the guy and be cooked. And, you know, the wife came out on top in all of this, even though she lost her family. I'm pretty sure, you know, when you see how happy she is in the thumbnail, that, you know, she's all right with it. Let's go ahead and look at this last part real quick, and then we can get out of here.
It was horrible. Even right now, I don't like going out in public with my kids because I'll get stopped in the store. I can't have fun with my kids to this day. And
that's crazy, though. If you look at it right here, I mean, it looks like he graduated. She was there. She stuck through the hard times with this guy. And then he went ahead and left her for a social media influencer with her two kids. Their two kids, I should say, not hers, both of theirs. Yeah, that's tough.
I can't have fun with my kids to this day because people harass me and them. So it's hard.
Kennard denied the allegations and claimed the photos and videos were obtained illegally, but the judge rejected her request to dismiss the case, and the jury awarded Montague $1.75 million, one of the biggest awards
I'm gonna need
of
to
its kind
translate.
in the state.
I want people to be able to think, okay, Miss Montague won $1.75 million. Is that man worth it? Is that woman worth it? They will think now.
Only 6 states still allow spouses to sue someone for interfering with their marriage.
Let me see. I can't read this. Let's see. More commonly known. User respond. Dismissive response to someone who is over-explaining something or acting pretentious in a pretentious matter, implying they should get on with a simple, low-waged job instead. Well, you got to translate for me earlier. Tretano. I tried, bro. I tried. I don't know what the hell that this is saying, but that's what Google translated. So whatever you're saying is incoherent babble, Mr. Tretano. All right. So you're gonna have to lay off the liquor a little bit, buddy, and explain your comments in a way where I can speak it, because you see I'm speaking English and I don't even know. It says this is, oh, let me see, what is it? Fritten? Is that German? Oh, this is German. All right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know German. All right, let's see. So what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? I think this case is very interesting. Let's see, what did you have? TK214 says, why are people harassing a wife that got cheated on? Okay, so I can explain this. Most likely the reason why is because it's going to be this woman's followers, right? And they're upset that their favorite influencer, she has 275,000 subscribers. I'll show it here real quick. This woman that cheated on, that took the husband, you see her social media following right here, right? Let me see if I can go to her link tree and see if we can see her TikTok real quick. We can just check over there. Do we got her TikTok? I don't see it. What is this? This is her YouTube page. Not very many, and YouTube is a different beast. To be successful on YouTube is not the same to be successful on Instagram or TikTok. Short form content and long form content is difficult, and a lot of people cannot hold audiences' attention for long periods of time. But anyways, the reason why is because this woman right here has 275,000 people that are most likely going to side with her over anybody else, whether she's right or wrong. So her followers are basically attacking this woman and saying, like, look, you're about to bankrupt my favorite YouTuber, my favorite Instagram person, my favorite TikTok personality, and we hate you because of it. So she's got a lot of catty women at her, threatening her. Probably, I would say the majority of them are women, and they might even look like this woman and be able to throw around their weight and be very, very scary. So I'm not surprised that she is getting threatened. So that's probably the reason why the person that is the victim in this case is the one that is being attacked by the people. So that's probably the explanation there of why the wife that's left alone with 2 kids, but now a very hefty sum of money, is being threatened and attacked. So there's that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the positive story of the day. That's going to conclude what we had to talk about this. We might follow up on this if I get a little more details on the actual case, because I think it's very interesting. We're going to go into our positive story. We have to talk about this young man right here that saved a person's life. Again, on Luncheon News with DotSale, we always end on a positive story. Although, whatever side you were looking at, this story that we just covered, it could be positive. If you're on the side of the wife, if you're a wife that has kids and your husband cheated on you and left you for dead with your 2 kids for a new woman, you're probably thinking that this is a positive story. And if you're a woman that steals women's husbands and destroys homes and gets convicted and has to pay $1.57 million, then more than likely you think this is a negative story. But this one should be positive for everybody. Anybody that has a problem with this story is not a good person. I'll just tell you that. Shout out to this young man right here. We got to highlight his story. We'll play it and then I'll discuss. This is absolutely incredible. Saves a person's life.
He risked his own life to save a man in trouble.
That man being hailed as a hero for jumping onto the CTA tracks and risking electrocution.
Tia Ewing joins us now with what happened. Tia.
Well, Chicago police are telling us that this started with two men that didn't know one another. They got into a fight. And from there, CTA is telling us that both men hit the third rail, which causes electrocution. One man, he had nothing to do with it. He exited the train, and this is what he did next. Many people recorded on their phones, but only one man put his own life at risk to help. In the black hoodie is 20-year-old Anthony Perry, who is now being called a hero.
When I got off the train, it was two gentlemen fighting, and then they both fell over.
Right onto the CTA tracks at 69th and the Red Line Sunday afternoon. Perry says he's helped people escape near death before.
One of the drivers, it caught on fire, and I remember all the smoke was coming out of the dryer or whatever, and then flames. And then the first thing I thought was to get a fire extinguisher.
Help him, bro. The Amazon Fresh worker has no previous medical experience.
She was just talking me through on what to do. I feel like that was an angel from God, like showing me like what to do in a situation. But I ended up doing chest compressions, CPR, and then turned him on his side.
CTA says, quote, any customer witnessing a person on the tracks should also notify CTA personnel immediately or call 911. They should never try to enter the right-of-way or try to remove the person themselves, as they risk electrocution. Despite that, Perry says he'd do it all over again.
I think in situations like that, I would think to hurry up and just help the person rather than waiting to see if a train is coming.
The offender suffered burns and was in serious condition at U of C. The victim, though, is in good condition. As of right now, Chicago police continue their investigation. At the live desk.
I mean, this is absolutely incredible, man. Like, we covered a story yesterday. If you didn't see yesterday's show, at the end of the show when we did the main story yesterday, we seen two guys that were robbed and then they chased the criminal and they ended up getting shot in the street. And this was also in Chicago where that happened. And their bodies were lifeless, laying there for quite a while until police arrived on scene. With this guy, it could have been the same situation. He probably, I'm not going to describe what happened to him if the train came by. But, yeah, I think you can imagine. And, for him to go out there and risk his life, because, again, they said that these trains conduct electricity, so he could have risked being electrocuted. He could have, got stuck down there. Anything could have happened. But, I think the true people that are true heroes, that are actually brave, are exemplified in this kid. Let's go ahead and get his picture up real quick. I just want to give him some more camera time because I think it's just incredible. Because a lot of people would look at a young man like this and think that he's a criminal. They would think that he would possibly be a person that would threaten your life or try to hurt or harm you, but he's the exact opposite. And this is what a good human being looks like. Like, honestly, like I look at a kid like this and I see an angel, right there in front of me. And, looking at these type of videos actually helps us put things into perspective, especially when we're seeing so much divisiveness, especially on platforms like X where, young men like this are demonized just based off of their appearance and not even understanding that, these people have saved lives and did it without knowing if their own life was going to be taken or compromised in the act of doing so. So, for me, this just really helps me realize that, a lot of times we, have these preconceived notions about people and it's just absolutely disgusting behavior by us. I'm not saying don't pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on, but I'm just saying this is a perfect example of not judging a book only by its cover and reading the contents within the book, and you might actually gain some knowledge. And they say if you want to hide something from someone, put it in a book. And in this story, we see an exceptional young man that I have a lot of respect for and admiration for, and definitely wanted to highlight him on Lunch and News with DotSale. So congratulations to this guy, and congratulations to y'all. Y'all are an incredible audience. I absolutely think that our audience is the best on YouTube. And if you want to write in German, go ahead and run that through Google Translate real quick, and then you can post your comment, and it'll be a lot easier for me to be able to understand what you're trying to say. But again, applause to y'all. Keep it up. Stay excellent. You see somebody fall on the train tracks, try to save their lives. I gotta go. I got a basketball game today. That's why I'm wearing the warm-ups. So I can just peel it off. I should have worn my uniform today. I should have worn my basketball uniform for this stream. This is the last regular season game, then we go into playoffs, so I'm really excited. So I'm about to go do that. We play in a couple of hours. I hope y'all are doing something really fun tonight. I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your street tacos. I appreciate y'all. Peace.